So, hi everyone that chose C. And something's just dawning on me because I've just filmed A, B, and C. This has happened a few times I've done this before. I feel like, you would benefit from watching all three of them, if I'm honest. They've all got sort of like a common theme, which makes sense because it's for the Scorpio and the moon. Again, this is a bit bright, I'm experimenting, but it's fine. Right, so the cards that I have drew are Welcome the New. So again, perfect card for any new moon, but especially because this one is about rebirth and reinventing yourself, whether you wanted to or not. Like I've sort of said in all the other posts, Scorpio is very deep. I mean, Scorpio is what rules like death and taxes. And it doesn't mean like physical death. It means like the death of an old you or of an old identity. And that's why I've said in other ones about like a lot of people's egos are being shattered, like including mine. And like, and the ego isn't, people always going about the ego being a bad thing. And yeah, there are parts of it, like that's where worries caused, and that's the one that's like, if you want to go and speak to someone in a bar and it's like, hey, who do you think you are? They're not going to like you. Like, sit down. Like, do you know what I mean? They're going to like that person over there. Oh, that or like, you can't go for that job. You're shit. Like, they're not going to take you. Do you know what I mean? That's the ego. And then you're just like, hey, shit, sit down. Shut up. I can appreciate you're trying to protect me, but they might like me. Or I might be good for that job. You don't know that. Shut up. Do you know what I mean? That's what you say to your ego. Can someone please remind me of that when I'm worrying about stuff like that? But anyway, it's like the ego is also like, it is your identity. So like, say you thought that you were this person, or you thought that you were going to be like this sort of, I don't know, like you thought you were going to do this as a career, or like, and then it's like, but actually spirit know a better plan, and the plan that you're meant to do, and like your sole purpose. This is kind of reminding me of what I said for A. Then it's like you've got to trust that, and just trust that things are falling apart for better things to fall together. And I definitely feel like I think it was for B there that was stuff about like romance and relationships and that, and that would also go for friendships. But it's like, it's that kind of thing where if something is breaking apart, then you've got to trust it's because something better is going to come into your reality. And it might not be right away, but sometimes it would be for right away. But I mean, I would try and allow some sort of healing period in between there, because that's what we call rebounds, guys. That's you certainly don't want to get into that and hurt someone, and you don't want to be the person getting into it and getting hurt. But shit happens, so But anyway, use your own sort of judgment on that one if that's what's going to apply. But so. Welcome the new. So I really do feel this is it is to do with like the rebirth of yourself though, because this reading is for guidance for you. It's about where in your life are you holding on, like, like, no, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is what I was going to do, this is who I was going to be, this is where I was going to live my whole life. But like, you're really getting guided to like just move across the world, like, and live in New York and just love life there. Is that my dream? I don't know. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you've got to listen to what your soul is telling you rather than what your ego, like, no, stay here, it's safe here, just stay here. It's kind of really sort of tune in. And I say that because Scorpio season is about, your intuition, and it's like, it's really never going to be stronger than what it is now, I would say. And like that is really coming through really strongly. This is such a psychic energy because we've got the sun, the moon, Mercury and Jupiter all in Scorpio. And remember, Jupiter is a planet of blessings and opportunities. So some really amazing things could be coming into your life with that Jupiter and Scorpio, especially if you're a Scorpio sun, moon or rising. So if things are falling to shit right now, do trust that it's like these things are falling apart so that better things can fall together in the future, and maybe not the too far away future as well. So the next card that I've got, and I explained in other videos that these come with fables, so I'll read from the book, but from memory, this is about feeling deserving, because the word is obviously self-worth if you can't see it there. So it's about, I think it's about like this little girl could see this chair and nobody else can. So it's kind of like that, God, it's like my childhood, but it's kind of like, it's not a chair that I saw, but it's kind of like, say you send spirit, or say you actually see spirit, and and nobody believes you, or you feel angels, or you see angels or whatever, and it's like, what are you talking about, you're crazy. It's kind of like that. You've got to just keep believing. It's like when you have a dream as well and nobody else can see it. It's like, I doubt a lot of people around me knew that I was going to be doing this for my job, but I always knew it and I kept aiming towards it. But it doesn't mean that I just like, you know, started doing it right away. Like I didn't. That wasn't my path. I had to go and like work in nurseries. I had to go and work in hospitals. I had to go and work in whatever else I've done. You know, I worked in Waitrose for a while. I loved that job. I was like, I was a wine taster. Do you know what I mean? That was brilliant. I just used to get like, you know, a little bit tipsy while like giving out the wine tasters and that, and like get like demonstrate like yogurts and like, I don't know, like you name it, like biscuits and stuff like that. It was great. And then I'd go my lunch for like an hour and a half as well. It was amazing. It was funny because my mum was the manager of it. Like she's not anymore. But like I didn't actually, I'd done that job for a couple of years, and you know, I didn't actually tell people till like, I think people found out, but I said to them to keep quiet, but I didn't really tell people till the end because I didn't want them to treat me any differently. But by the way, that whole me going on my lunch for an hour and a half, that wasn't because my mum, that was just because it was like, that's what everyone done. I think I actually sometimes would go back earlier because I didn't want someone to accuse you, because I'm so kind of like, I'm all about integrity, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, I want everyone, do you know what I mean, to just, I wouldn't want somebody to be like, oh, she's the boss's daughter, and I'd get really touchy if I did even sort of think that for 1 second, which is why I didn't tell anyone. Anyway, that must have been really, like, people must have needed to hear that little funny story. Maybe you need a laugh. Although it wasn't really that funny, but you know what I mean. So anyway, this is about receiving, and it's about feeling deserving, and it's about feeling deserving of your dreams, and it's about how can you open up to receiving, and being open to receive. It's really important, you know, because like, especially people like healers and stuff like people that do stuff like what I do, or just people that like to help people, which is really, you know, a lot of people. It's like, that's great, and we need people like that, and I love doing it. But what I realised, you know, in my journey is that you have to also be okay with like somebody wanting to treat you, like somebody wanting to treat you to dinner, or somebody wanting to treat you to coffee. And often I'm laughing because often in my situation it was like, after a while it was like, yeah, go on, because it's like I would be left with no money. Like, spirit, leave me with no money all the time. And I think it's starting to become a thing of the past now, to be honest, because I'm having like, it's going kind of the other way now. But it's about kind of like, you've got to be able to receive. If you're not open to receiving abundance or love, you're not going to get it, like, because you're not feeling like you deserve it. You're like, oh no, I'm all right, I'm okay with just like, I'm okay myself, or I'm okay with like the life that I've got, or I'm okay with like, you know, going to the bargain bin or whatever. I'm okay with like going to the reduced bit. It's like, no, you can have what you want. Like, it's like, it's not a coincidence, it's nearly Christmas. It's like, you can have what you want, ask for what you want, you can get it. And it's like that kind of thing where what you seek is seeking you. That just came to me as well, that Rumi thing. It's like, if you really, really want something, chances are, like, that's meant to be yours. So just, you know, claim it and own your worth. Wow, I'm totally channeling because this is just coming out of me. So, right, let's read the fable. So, the fable is, self-worth, the salmon chair. Come sit in my chair and feel my love, says the great servant. I'm going to hold up the card there. So the salmon chair appears to the Inuit child playing in the snow. I've no idea if I'm saying that right. I don't know. Valley and River are the salmon chair's protectors. I never get to see it, complains River. Valley whispers, there are those who close their eyes and see it. The child rushes home to tell her elders about the chair, but no one believes her and she lies down exhausted. Later, the chair appears to her again. She climbs in and feels the great servant's love. And the inspiration is, people, events, and material objects beyond your frame of reference are being drawn to you. Aim higher, for you will draw even greater experiences into your life. Allow your energy to grow. Receiving is an action. So that's very, for those of you that don't know about the law of attraction, or you haven't watched The Secret, where have you been? Get on Netflix, get on YouTube, watch the film The Secret, read the book The Secret, listen to the audiobook, do one of those things. It will change your life. Some of it can be kind of annoying and repetitive, but it's so true. So just please watch it. It's a good place to start. But it really is about like what you put out there, you attract back. So it's like, if you keep experiencing a certain type of treatment, it's like what you allow will continue. So if you allow like people to take advantage of you, guess what? People are going to keep taking advantage of you. If you say, oh no, it's all right, I'm not important, you go to the start of the queue, like that's what I've done like most of my, I probably only started not doing that like, I don't know, 2 years ago, but on and off, like, yeah, do you know what I mean? That was an ongoing battle. It's like, oh no, you're more important, or like, you can have that guy, it's okay, like, you know, I'm not that important. It's that kind of stuff, or, oh no, you wanted that, and it was like, It was actually only, it was when we done a little experiment on my course there, and it was about, you know, you put all these things in the middle, and it was like you go and get the object that you want. And because I know my friends like crystals as well, I was like, oh, maybe one of them want that. And then it was kind of like I heard a sort of voice, but it's like, no, but you want that. Do you know what I mean? So go and get it. And it was just kind of, and I did. And then it was funny because afterwards they were like, well, I didn't go for it because I just assumed you were going to. So I mean, there is a lesson there about like sometimes what you think you want and you're holding back because you're like, oh, maybe they want it. It's kind of like, well, but you matter too, and you deserve what you want as well. But also there's that kind of thing of maybe they don't even want that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, go for it. But even if they do want it, fucking go for it too. Do you know what I mean? It's like, back at that, I'm heading for it and I'm getting it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, don't settle for less than what you deserve. Ooh, that was quite powerful, wasn't it? And that's very Scorpio as well, passionate. So, personal inquiry, how do I relate to the word deserving? So yeah, does it make you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel empowered? Ask yourself that. Am I ready to allow myself to receive what others may not? That goes totally for like abundance and success and that. Like I've got a real fear of success that I constantly battle. Like I'm very open about that. And that might sound crazy, but the people that get it, it's a real thing, by the way. It's like, you know, it is just you're worried of your whole life sort of changing in that. So just, you know, but the way that you deal with it is just in the everyday sort of sense, just keep taking action. By the way, I'm quite guilty of not doing that as well. But, you know, but at least when I'm saying it, I'm like putting it out there that like, you know, please encourage me to keep going for my dreams as well. So key ideas: greater knowledge, innocent curiosity, being rewarded, receiving divine love. Well, do you know what I mean? That seems very key because that's like we've just come out of Libra season. We're in the most romantic week of the year. Keywords: faith, self-love, and value. And of course, like that post I put out on that day, it was 13th. That the greatest love of your whole life should be you, because you're with you for the whole duration. Do you know what I mean? And like romantic partners could come and go. They might not, but they might. So it's like, you know, love and respect and know that you deserve that love from yourself before you go handing it out to everyone else. And the meditation is: let go of any tension as you fall like a feather into the salmon chair. Imagine the chair receiving you. Feel yourself being filled with salmon light. Stay there until you have received an abundance of energy from the light. Lovely. And I'm going to stop now because this video is getting on a bit, but I'm being drawn to this little unakite crystal. So I feel like people need to get this because this is about birthing the new, which is what the Scorpio new moon is about as well. And also just remember that as the sacral chakra. So it might help if you want to watch this again to imagine that as an orange light, because that will like, it'll put energy into your sacral chakra, which is about your balance, your receiving, your creativity, your self-worth, all that kind of stuff, which makes sense because the card says self-worth. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm going to go and either film the general new moon video or go and do a couple other things. So yeah, so I'll put up a video about the general one or a post, but I hope you enjoyed this and I'll do this again if people liked it. Cheers, bye.